Welcome back to Uptake Online. It's me again, Zabit Christopher. Today we are going to look at the differences between XLOOKUP and VLOOKUP. So I know we are all well conversant with the VLOOKUP, and here comes the XLOOKUP, which is an update that has been done by Excel in the last, I think, 1 year now. Recording this in December 2021. So first of all, before we knew VLOOKUP as it is a function that looks up a reference, and this is done in the vertical way, and it returns the specified column if searching is successful. So if you are searching for a name, you're searching for the generation, you have the name, then you search for the name, then when you get the name, you go on the right. So this is the name. You go on the right to get the generation, which is 1. You go on the right to get the attack, which is 45, and which is done here. So we're going to do it together. Then now the XLOOKUP is now another update that has been done, which doesn't consider whether vertical or horizontal. Now what we know about XLOOKUP, maybe I can just go a preempt on it. XLOOKUP, for it needs three arguments. That is, first of all, it needs 3 arguments. And we know that this is a lookup and a reference function that can find values in a table. So it finds values in a table or a range by row. It considers by row. Similar to like VLOOKUP, but this one looks at both vertical and horizontal. So, and another thing, it doesn't consider the direction you're moving to. So another thing before we start, we all know that VLOOKUP, when you're VLOOKing up, you look up to the right. And XLOOKUP, which means you can even look up for generation and look up to the left. That is the bit of it. So stay around with me until the end of this video. We are going to look through all what I've told you and all the differences. At the end of the day, you'll have to vote out what is better for me, VLOOKUP or XLOOKUP. Then a disclaimer before we start: XLOOKUP will only be available for anyone who has Excel 2016 Forward and Microsoft 365. Then those using Excel Online, still you're able to access this. Okay, let's start with XLOOKUP first. We already know XLOOKUP, the syntax is, I can just do this from here. So we know that the syntax is you look up a value, then after looking up a value, you get the table array, which is going to be maybe the whole of this, exclusive of the ID, because we are looking at the name. We are looking up the name. So you don't need, with XLOOKUP, with VLOOKUP, you don't need the ID because it doesn't look up on the left. It only looks up on the right. So we shall select our table array. Then after that, we shall select the column index number. We all know that with VLOOKUP, the column index number, you count from where you started from column when you are selecting the table array. So if you started from name, that is 1, 2, 3 going forward. So if you want to select attack, then you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So attack will be in column index number 5. Then after that, you differentiate whether you want an approximate or you want an exact. We are going to look at that all. Then with XLOOKUP, the syntax is, so with XLOOKUP, the syntax is, we start looking up a value, which is going to be this name of ours. Then we look up our return. What do we need to return? Sorry, before that, the lookup array, which means you're going to select where this name contains in the table. So you will be selecting the name function, the name column. Then the return array, this one is what you want to return. This time we are not counting the index. That's why XLOOKUP now becomes tick number 1. So you just select attack if you want to return attack. Then another is, if you don't find it, what should they bring for you? Then that is another option we have with XLOOKUP and we don't have with VLOOKUP. Then the match mode here we have do you need the exact match, do you need an exact match or the next smaller, or you need exact or the next larger, or you need a wildcard character where you search for using the first figures or the last figures. So those are the options XLOOKUP has. Then it also goes further to give you the search mode. Should it start from the first to the last or from the last to the first? So that is, stay around. Let's look through this together. Now, the other bit, we start with XLOOKUP. First of all, showing you my data table, which is this. Already you see that it is already converted into a table. That's why you see it has the tab table design. So it is table 1. The whole of this is table 1. Then the lookup value, this is the name. I've tried to create a drop down so you can look through how we create such a drop down in one of our videos in the link or here in the corner. Then you will also, now we can go ahead. This is the syntax to help you do revision or practice for the same functions. If you need this sheet, you'll find the link in the description below for download. So we start with getting the ID. I'm going to delete the whole of this, then we can do them together. So we delete this. So here we start. How do we get the ID? So with XLOOKUP, we start equals to XLOOKUP. The lookup value is the name we are looking for, that is already named. Name, the cell has a name, which is name. Then the lookup array. The lookup array is what are we looking? Where do we find this name? In which column? So this is the column, the name column. So you see that with XLOOKUP, you don't need to select the whole table array. They don't need the table array. They just need where are you looking up, in which column are you looking up for the name you've already selected or the name you need. Then we want to return an ID. You can imagine it is on the left, but XLOOKUP will do wonders and bring for us anything on the left and on the right. Then with if not found, I can leave that by default. Match mode, I can leave that by default to bring the exact and the search mode. So long as I enter, it will automatically give me 120. Now going for generation, I can do the same. This is equal to XLOOKUP. What is the lookup value, which is this? What are we looking up? We are looking up still in the name, comma, and the return array. This is the generation, and enter. It will give me that. So you do the same for the attack, which is equal to XLOOKUP. What are we looking up? It is the name, comma, a lookup array where the name is contained, that is the column, then comma, where we have what do we need to return. So this time we are returning the attacks, so which is this. So make sure that it should be the same range. So if you've selected up to row 18, also the other side it should be up to row 18, both for the lookup array and the return array. So I can leave the other ones at default and I enter. So you'll find that we are looking up star U, which is this one. So it gives us the ID, which is 120. It gives us goes ahead, gives us the generation, which is this, and gives us that as 45. Now when we come to VLOOKUP, the first option where we are beaten with VLOOKUP, and that's why Excel should have come up, or Microsoft Office should have come up and updated this, is that with VLOOKUP you cannot look up to the left. So we are considering here the name. If I can change this name to another person, so you see they change automatically, but with the ID I cannot pick it because I'm already looking up this value, which means with VLOOKUP it cannot look to the left. So VLOOKUP you always look to the right. So that's why we can't pick the ID. That is the first disadvantage. Then you pick the generation, that is Looking at this, that's VLOOKUP, you pick the name, which is this cell, then the table array. Now with VLOOKUP, I will delete the whole of this and we do it together. So we begin with equals to VLOOKUP, then what is the lookup value, which is this, comma, what is the table array. This time we are talking about the table array, so you have to select the whole table this way. Now selecting the whole table, I'm leaving out the ID because with VLOOKUP you're supposed to start with the lookup value when you're selecting. In other words, you're supposed to start with a column where we find the lookup value. So I can't start with ID because the lookup value is on name. That is another disadvantage we have with VLOOKUP and a big difference with XLOOKUP. Then that is a comma. Then the column number, the column index number. So you have to count how the ID or the generation. Now we are looking for the generation. It is in which column number from the first lookup value or lookup column. So the first lookup column is the name, then we go to type number 2, then we go to generation number 3. So that's why I will put the column index number as 3. Then the range lookup is you have to denote whether you need false or you need a true. So we always go for exact match, that is a 0, and I enter. Now you will understand that with VLOOKUP you have always to note whether you need exact or approximate, which is different from XLOOKUP because it always gives a default of exact. So we can do the same thing with getting the attack, that is VLOOKUP. The lookup value is our name, then comma, what is the table, still we go with the same table, comma, then what is the column index, this time 1 2 3 4 5, attack is in number 5, so we do 5, comma, we need exact 0, and that is it. So here I have added a note that VLOOKUP cannot get ID by searching the name, so it can't get anything on the left. So even if name was in column E, so which means you can only get HP and attack, so you can never get the type, the other column C and B. So that is the first difference we get between HLOOKUP and VLOOKUP, mostly looking at the syntax. So we go to the next thing, that is XLOOKUP looks up in the left. I've already shown you this, that here we are looking up the name. So you'll find that for the name now, this we have the name, this we are looking up for the name, and we have the ID on the left. I've already told you that with XLOOKUP it is fine, you're going to get it. You're looking up this name, you're returning the lookup array is the column C, that is the name, and you're returning the column table ID, which is on the left. Very okay with XLOOKUP, and that is the syntax. But when we come to VLOOKUP, you can't get the ID because you're going to look up the name, yes, this is it, and the table, and that is it. Remember that even if I put a 0 or a -1, remember that I'm supposed to count going to the left, which I may call a -1 or a 0. At the end of the day, still you'll not get anything. It will show you not available because VLOOKUP does not look at on the left, it only looks up on the right. Then going to the difference when getting an approximate value. Now still we have our same table. This time we are looking at the defense, that is now this lookup value, and we need to pick the name. Now with XLOOKUP it has two options. It can give you an approximate next to the smaller or an approximate next to the larger. So if you pick out like 64, now this is the number we have, 64, which means it is going to look for here. We start the syntax. I've already shown you this is the lookup, and what is the lookup value, sorry, the lookup array. We are looking up this from the defense, that is column B. I select that, and what is the return value, we want to return the name. So when we go to, if they don't find it, we put not found. Then when you go to match mode, so on the match mode, it's where we find these options. This time we want to look for something next to this but smaller. So you can get something that is next to 64 but higher. So if you put a value and you need, even if it is not there, they bring for you the higher or the lowest, XLOOKUP will do that. So we have exact match here. We have exact match or next smaller item. And this is what we are looking for. Now that is a -1. So I'll put a -1. So -1 means that if they don't find it, they are going to bring for me something that is smaller than that item. So when I enter, so you see that they bring for me the name star U, it is 55 because they found 64 is not there, and they will have to bring for me the smallest. Sometimes we have those conditions and you have to run them. So which means if I put here 71, so 71, they will show you that they are bringing for me Hosea, because Hosea is the first starting from the top. Hosea is the first with 70, because we ask for a next smaller if you don't get 71. So if I put 77, still it will remain Hosea because this is 78. That's why they're bringing for me Charizard, because Charizard is 78, because here I say bring that's a 1. The match mode for 1 means that I need the next larger. So if you wanted the next larger, you use a 1. If you want the smaller, you use a -1, and if you want exact, you use a 0. So if we put here a 0, like I needed exact, it's going to bring for me not found, because I already have that option, of which VLOOKUP doesn't have that option. The moment it is not found, it is not found, it's not there. So it will bring for you an approximate. So when we come to VLOOKUP and we put here a 0, which means if we don't need an approximate, we put here a 0, you'll see it will bring not available, which means the function has been broken. It is an error already, not available, because we don't have an option of bringing for us the word not available if it is not found. So they don't find a 77 automatically. Since you told VLOOKUP to bring you exact, it is bringing for you not available. So VLOOKUP has two options, true and false. So when I say a 1, that one is an approximate. So it is going to look for something approximately to 77, and it is picking for us a Mioth, which is, you see, it is counting from below, and 77, you can imagine it is giving us 35, which means on counting this, it means that we assume that we have sorted this one in ascending order, so it picks out the first, which is 35, because 77 is not there. But otherwise, VLOOKUP becomes more accurate, picks for you the smaller, nearer smaller, or the nearer greater. So that is another difference between VLOOKUP and XLOOKUP. Now we move to, I've already shown you this, that XLOOKUP has an option of bringing for you if they don't find the value. So here the same thing, we are looking up that name. Yes, we are looking up that name. This is it. So XLOOKUP, if you don't put the if you omit if not found, because I've already told you, you look up this, that the lookup value is this, then this is the lookup array that is in the name, then the return array, we want the generation, but the name that is here does not it exists here, but does not exist because this is having an R. So it means that since I omit the option if they don't find it, it will bring me not available. It will work like how VLOOKUP is. But the moment I go forward and include if they don't find it, I will click on this. That is the message. Then I enter, which means they will bring for me the message. So I undo this and we take that back. So if you include the if not available, if not found is filled, then it will give you the message that you have put there that is supposed to be shown to the user or the recipient to the report. Now with VLOOKUP, I've already shown you this, that VLOOKUP a standalone function for VLOOKUP has no option of putting if not available. So for it, you'll have to nest it with another function, that is the if error. So you nest it with the if error such that you include now, if there is an error, then you give us the message which is name not found. Or you can go and use and nest it with another formula we have, the not if not available. So all those are nesting. Then you can also nest it, and this is another complicated with is not available, then you do the VLOOKUP, then you do another VLOOKUP. So this is something very long you can do. So all this has been simplified by just an XLOOKUP, which is very simple and summarized. Okay, we move to the last, which is a bonus to the XLOOKUP, that it will always bring an array automatically when you select the array. So I'm going to remove this. Maybe before I remove it, I'm going to first explain this. Here it means that if I selected the whole of this, I need to return the whole of these values at once. And I put a formula here to look up. Now the XLOOKUP, I'm looking up the name, which is that. So when you get the name, please look up the name from table name, which is this, then return this array. You see now this array is from HP, which is this, to speed column, which is this. So it will return an array at once. So I can delete this. I show you how it is done. It is x equals to XLOOKUP. What is the lookup value? This one, comma, then the lookup array we are looking up from the name, comma, the return, we want to return the whole of this. You see, we are selecting the whole range, which means we are going to return the whole range, and you'll see it will split it smartly in every column. Then I can leave the others as default, and it will return an array automatically. You see, the formula here is faint because the formula lies in the first, and because of that blue bordering, it shows that that is an array. Okay, now we go to VLOOKUP. VLOOKUP, yes, you can return an array, but you do a lot. You do a lot to return the array. So deleting that, then with VLOOKUP, if I say equals to VLOOKUP, we are looking up this name, comma, what is the table array? This is the table array, comma. Remember now here we are supposed to put the column index. So if I put column index 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I put a 4 and command exact, when I enter, it brings for me one value. Okay, let me make it an array. How do we make an array when using an array is made like this, which means when I use curly brackets 4, 5, you have to put all the index numbers, which means it will be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I will run that up to 9. So when I put this, I will open curly brackets, then 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and you close the curly brackets. So when I enter, that's when it will give me my array, because I have input the array manually. But if I forgot to pick like an 8 and I picked 7, 8, it will automatically miss this. And remember, this is speed. When we check here, this is already speed. It is not the speed defense. So you'll see that you already got a wrong value because something has been missed. So still, I give this a thumbs up to XLOOKUP, meaning that with VLOOKUP, you have to be accurate when you are inputting the array. So that is it. Okay, thanks guys. Again, a wrap up. XLOOKUP takes it all. We find that this is a better update where we shall have to do the VLOOKUP and the HLOOKUP. Then you'll have to even, it is going to replace all the lookups. It even replace the index and the match. So if you are aware about all those functions are going to be replaced. So the tips we have looked at, the X formula, the XLOOKUP, The first tip is the formula is intended to replace the VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, and lookup, all the lookup formulas. Then it can do both vertical and horizontal. We have already seen that. It does both vertical, and it can also look up horizontal. You have seen how we have looked up the horizontal. Then, unlike with the VLOOKUP, you are not limited to left or right. We have seen this where you find that you are limited to pick the left value, that is the ID. Then the XLOOKUP can return an array. We have already seen that it returns an array automatically, where the VLOOKUP you have to input an array manually. So thanks guys. If this is the first time you have accessed this channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up if you find this data or this material important to you. Share with a friend. The friend may find it more important than you may do. Then I think I say bye bye, meet you in another video.